Kirya's affair with music started as a child when his mother gathered her children by the fire and made them sing songs into the night. Today, both critics and fans alike describe his voice as silky and golden. Let's welcome Maurice Kirya. What is this thing about you only sleeping for like 3 hours a night? What is that about? You're a young man, Baba.
I know. I think it's an adrenaline overdrive.
Really?
I think I work too hard and I'm thinking too hard. And by the time I go to sleep, I really want to sleep. But all the events that just happened overwhelm me that my head just keeps running.
So things are good?
Well,
I'm gonna take it that things are good. I mean, if there's a lot going on in your mind. Things are good.
Yes.
And of course, I've got to ask this because, I mean, there's just your female fan base. I'm not to say that this is huge. Stalkers?
I have this crazy stalker. He would just call and say, "Why don't you pick my calls? I've been watching you since I was young. I followed you up. Why do you treat me like this?" I just thought that was weird.
That sounds a bit crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I can't track him down to know who he is.
You can't.
He just keeps calling.
Yeah, yeah.
He knows every show. He's at every show. He's at every event.
And you've got a fascination for vintage cars. What is this? What's this all about?
I've always been in love with anything that looks like it's breaking down.
Okay.
My house, I
like
want to find things that I can fix. I'm not interested in new things.
You see, ladies, perfect guy to have around the house. You see, that's why you have.
But I can't cook.
You can't cook? No, it's all right. So I'm sure the woman can deal with that.
Yeah, so for so many years, I've been fascinated about vintage cars. I own a 1969 Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
And a 1971 Volkswagen Beetle that used to be driven by Idi Amin.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. I drove it sometime to Nairobi, and at the border I found an elderly lady and said, "That's the president's car." I was like, "You know this
So
car?"
you didn't know it? Oh, you
No,
knew the story,
I knew
but
it.
you just didn't know other people would recognize it.
Not in Kenya, because he used to drive all the way. He would have a convoy, but he would drive his...
But speaking of Idi Amin, you acted in The Last King of Scotland.
Yes, I did.
I've only just been told that. I'm like, what? I'm actually going to go back to the movie now. You know, and you know, look for you.
Yeah.
So what was your part? How was it?
I was one of the closest bodyguards to the president. I'm actually the one who tortures James. I'm bad like that. I'm bad.
No, you're not, really.
I'm very bad. Yeah. And it was a great experience. It opened so many doors to other movies, and I learned a lot on set. I'm a very observant guy. I listen a lot. I watch closely. So to me, it was cool to have worked with people like Forrest Whitaker and have had a role in there.
Of course.
Educational for me.
Yeah, yeah. How you learnt to play guitar also has an interesting story. It just seems you've got stories surrounding you, Maurice. I don't know what it is.
I carried the guitar for so many years, and I would take it to school, and I had no idea absolutely how to play it. And then one day I met this very drunk guy in a club, in a pub. It was raining in the day, and he was filthy drunk. And he was all wet from the rain, and he started making fun of my guitar. And I like talking to drunk people because they tell the truth. And when I talked to him, he told me he was a legend. And he bragged about how he was the best guitarist there was in the world. Yeah. So I decided to give him my guitar so I could laugh at him. I was like, okay, play my guitar.
Play it.
I almost cried.
Why?
I could not believe the things he played with my guitar. He was actually a legend. He was actually a great guitarist. And I asked everybody around, they said, "That's Jackson Kimera. He's played with all the big stars of Uganda." So I asked him to teach me, and he said he'll only teach me if I can buy him a drink and give him food and give him clothes.
Yeah.
And just be the only person nice to him. I said, deal. So every day I would get him over, pick him out of a trench if he was drunk, try to get him to stay home longer so he doesn't get drunk, so I can get some lessons.
Get some lessons out of him.
And I would give him almost every shot I have, and he wouldn't have it by the next day because I'd give him some nice shots. When he gets drunk, they would take them away from him. He was, I think, 50-something when I met him. He just kept getting lost, and I'd look for him and find him until this one time. No one could find him until today. We're still looking.
Still looking? Yeah, look for him, look for him. The Maurice Kirya experience. Tell us about how this all works. I would really love to be able to be at one.
Yeah, it's a crazy, wild night.
Yeah?
Full of poets and painters on stage and live bands playing away, and so many people were hungry for that kind of music. I wanted to build something that was that helps progressive art. Since I still am, I guess, one of those artists that still feel like live music is not that much appreciated in East Africa.
It is. It's a completely different experience.
So why we called it the Maurice Kirya experience, we knew that people automatically would associate with the name and say, that's live music and all this, yeah, let's go watch it. So it came together, and I knew that by having it under that name, I'll protect it with my whole, you know, to see that I don't let the art down.
Thank you. It's been great having you on the show. Please come back. Please come back, okay? Great stuff, great stuff. Now, you've heard it from the man who wants his music to heal and strengthen our hearts. And I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, you can get exclusive pictures and backstage news and laughs on our Facebook fan page that is also connected to our Twitter page. Just search for The Patricia Show. Thanks to all our great guests and, of course, my three. Maurice Kirya will play us out with the song I Will Sing. Bye-bye for now. Bye.
My power is in my song. It's how I communicate. I don't have no government, but if I did, I would try to save the world. I'm no politician, I'm no advocate for no religion. It's only common sense to know that the world needs to live in harmony. Please don't call this charity. It's a role that we must play. We all brothers and sisters, so let's join our hands in harmony. I will sing. Maybe the world will hear my song. I will sing. Maybe the world will join us one. Leka nzingenda njabayimbira nga siwera engula emitima bagitwalira mu mbeera bapuujirira bukalo babeere balamuwenkeera. Leka nzingenda njabayimbira nga siwera engula emitima bagitwalira mu mbeera bapuujirira bukalo babeere balamuwenkeera. I don't have to be Gandhi, I don't have to be Bob Marley. It's only common sense to know that the world needs to live in harmony. I don't have to be poetic, my words don't have to rhyme. I don't have to be so intelligent to know that the world needs harmony. Please don't call this charity. It's a role that we must play. After all, we all brothers and sisters, so let's join our hands in harmony. I will sing. Maybe the world will hear my song. I will sing. Maybe the world will join us one. Oh yeah. Leka leka nze nengenda njabayimbira nga siwera engulu emitima bagitwalira mu buveera babuugirira bugalo babeere balamuwenkeera leka nze nengenda njabayimbira nga siwera engulu emitima bagitwalira mu buveera babuugirira bugalo babeere balamuwenkeera leka nze nengenda njabayimbira nga siwera engulu emitima bagitwalira mu buveera babuugirira bugalo babeere balamuwenkeera leka nze nengenda njabayimbira nga siwera engulu emitima bagitwalira mu buveera bafuugirira bugalo babeere balamuwenkeera. My power is in my song. I said my power is in my song. It's how I communicate.